What is going on, everybody? David Productions 345 here. You guys see the title of the video. I'm tuning my car today with a T1000 tuner. I'm going to be basically showing you guys how to do it and all the different features it has. Guys, I also just got some new tires. These are my Bridgestone Weather Peaks. My other all-season tires are cooked, basically. Very low tread. These ones are basically new, you guys can see. So we're going to be throwing these on pretty soon, probably either this week or next week. Also, guys, hopefully these are better than my Lenzas that I had on that basically had no tread. Like, it wasn't really good for my rear-wheel drive car. The car would always switch into all-wheel drive, so hopefully these are better. Also, hopefully these are better than my Firestone Weather Grips, because if so, then I can actually drive in rear-wheel drive without switching automatically into all-wheel drive when I lose traction. So without further ado, guys, I hate long intros, so let's get right into the video, guys. Alright, guys, so you guys can see it's snowing outside. Let's do a little cold start for you guys real quick. Let's go. 29-degree cold start. Alrighty, guys, so this is the T1000 Diablo tuner I got with the car. You guys can see it's old because it's yellowing on the bottom, but this is the tuner I got with the car when I purchased it used on Facebook Marketplace. So this car already has a 93 tune on it, so I'm not going to be technically retuning it, but I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it. I'm going to be modifying one thing though in the parameters, which is really cool about this tool. Alrighty, guys, let's go over the stats real quick with the horsepower and torque gains for the tunes. This will be for the 93 and 91 octane tunes. So the tunes can add 15 to 30 horsepower and 20 foot-pounds of torque. Also, the tune has optimized shift patterns and increased low-end power. Some of the parameters that you can adjust include rev and speed limiters, idle RPM, rich and lean fuel mixture. You can modify shift firmness, disable or re-enable traction control, disable MDS, and you can also do a bunch of other stuff. So without further ado, guys, let's flip the camera over to my head mount on my GoPro. Let's get right into the video, guys. Alright, guys, here's the unit right here. Basically, it has a couple buttons here, suction cup mount on the back. You can unscrew this. And also has a mini USB port here. So, yep, you can basically plug this into a computer to update it. Alright, so what I'm going to do basically is turn my car into the run position. Basically, here's what we're going to do. You guys see the port? Plug this in to your OBD2 port down here. For the chargers from 11 to 14, the second gens, it's down here. Also, guys, the reason I call these cars second gens is because a lot of other YouTubers do as well. And also, I wasn't really alive in the times of the early chargers, like 60s, 70s chargers. So that's the reason why I call it second gen. So just waiting for this to boot up. And a lot of people always ask me that. They're like, why are you calling this thing a second gen? It's because a lot of people do, so why shouldn't I? Anyways, booting up the tool right now. You guys see this thing is plugged in here. Just giving it a second to start up. And we're going to be basically going through all the features for this tool. So just kind of just giving you guys a warning. Not to really use this when you're driving, which is kind of funny because it has a suction cup anyways. But guys, what I did do by accident with this car is I left this thing plugged in by accident because I thought it would be fine, but it actually killed my whole battery. And funny enough, it was cold outside like it is today. So make sure to not leave this plugged in. Anyways, we're going to click accept. Alright, so you guys can see those are the different things going on. So let's first start off with this. Diagnostics. You guys can see show trouble codes, clear trouble codes. You can basically scan check engine lights. I used this once, I think, a while ago for some simple stuff. Pretty cool. Also, you guys can do data logging here. And open a saved log. You guys can see this. You can use the arrows to scroll up and down. And then gauge layouts. Which is pretty cool. Basically, if you want something to like scan something and like read like how your car's performing, you can have this installed somewhere. So a lot of people usually mount this thing like right here or here. I don't really use this too much because I don't really need to go into these settings that much. But anyways, that's the logging thing. Very cool. Monitors. This is pretty cool. You can have like live gauges. So here's one of them. Example, next page. You can have custom gauge layouts. This is an RPM one. This is the only one that I really used because it looked pretty cool. Yeah, there's a bunch of different stuff here. Click exit. Pretty cool that you can have all these gauges and stuff out. This is an older tool, guys, so there's obviously more tuners. My friend Dom has, I think, the T2 or Predator, whatever the heck it is. I'll put a picture on the screen. So guys, I pulled up the website right here for a couple different options. You guys see this is a very old model. There's a bunch of new ones. Dom has this one, Trinity 2. pretty expensive, $715. So luckily I got this one when I got the car. I always forget what it's called, but he has that one, which looks a lot more newer and more advanced. This one looks kind of more old school, but you guys can also see it has an SD card slot there. And what else? Did I miss anything else? Because I feel like I'm just kind of jumping around here. You know, that's it. All right, so next part is the racing. So you guys see, please start the engine. Basically what this does is, you guys know the SRC pages, like the timers and everything like this. This is basically that. It's like a timer thing that kind of counts how long it takes you to get to 0 to 60, and then all the timers. Let me go. So you guys see these pages right here, the performance pages. My other cluster had this, the old one, before I did the swap. Basically, whatever this is on here. You guys can see 0 to 60, 0 to 100, eighth mile, quarter mile, and basically you can time yourself. Obviously, it's going to say only use when you're on a racetrack. So make sure to stay safe with that, guys. Let's go to the options now. So you guys can see show last tune written. You guys see my car is already tuned right there, so I don't need to retune this, but you can click show information and it'll show your VIN and all of that. Troubleshooting, you can press that if you're having problems. Change vehicle type, you can change your vehicle type there. Change monitoring sleep right there, and all this. So basically I'd never really messed with any of this stuff. But, oh yeah, you can also have the LCD settings for like the display and everything. Like the adjust controls of the brightness, all that. All right, we're gonna go back. So that is 3, 4, 5, and finally, guys, the best part about this is performance. The main reason why you're gonna get this. You guys can see, use on stock tuned vehicles, blah, 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 blah. Factory tuned vehicles, agree. This car's already tuned. So I'm not going to be retuning this thing, as I mentioned before, but I'm going to be changing a couple of parameters. What you want to do. So basically, guys, look. You click Diablo Tunes right here. You guys can see right here, performance 93 octane. That's what I have in my car. The person, whoever did it, has a bunch of custom things enabled. So I'm going to go through all the different options, and hopefully I don't click the wrong option by accident and try to reinstall the tune. But we're going to click performance 93 octane, blah, 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 designed for factory tuned vehicles. Yes, continue. I just want to make sure I'm hitting the right button, so I got to be careful. So you guys can see modified tune. Let's just click this. Agree. Let's just click modify parameters. You guys can see cooling fans on, off. You can change the idle. You can turn off MDS. You can remove the rev and speed limiters. Throttle response, throttle booster. So I'm pretty sure this car has a 20% throttle booster, because when Dom was driving it, he said it has immediate throttle response compared to his. Either that or I have a throttle body that's different. Anyways, next, tire size, you can change that. Traction control, I mentioned before. Transmission. So there's anything else? Yeah, they're just the same stuff as before. And wide open throttle fuel. Wide open throttle spark. And that is all the parameters you can adjust with the T1000 tuner, guys. So before I mess something up, I'm going to click no. And that is all. Basically every tune has that option. Performance 91, modify stock tune, original backup. So basically if you're buying a used car, make sure it has the backup thing there, or else you're going to have to, I don't know, download a factory tune. And those are all the main tunes. And then let's go to quick adjust. So this is cool. You guys can see you can change some parameters here. So tire size, traction control, and transmission. So tire size, you can change your tire size. I'm going to just leave this as is. But if you change your rims and wheels, you can modify that in here so it shows the correct speed and everything. Also, the wheel speed sensors don't get thrown off. Next, traction control. You guys can see enable or disable or cancel. You can either disable traction control. So basically, whenever you turn on the car, the traction control will just turn off. Also transmission. You guys can see axle ratio. I have the 306, but you guys see all the different options here. You can scroll up and down. Don't play with this, guys, because I did this once by accident. My car went into lit mode. It was bad. I didn't even know I pressed something. It was just total accident. And it was horrible because my car was just glitched out and turned off. So I basically made sure I had the right gear ratio. Anyways, next. Reset TCM adaptation. So basically, the way your car drives, it reads how you drive over time, and it kind of just drives like that all the time. I don't really do this too much because I like the way my car drives. So that's a way to do it. You can also do it with the taser So that's pretty cool. You can do it a couple different ways. Shift firmness. This is what I'm going to be doing today. Click this. Cancel, increased in stock. So basically, we're going to click increased. Are you sure? Yes. It'll give me a couple options. You guys can see the car's being all weird now. Turn key off. Turn key on. Successfully updated shift firmness. Look at that. Basically, this car's going to shift harder and it's going to be better for the transmission. And yeah, I'm going to try that out later. I'm also probably going to reset the TCM adaptation. Yes. Cool. So I'm going to be driving normally later and it'll basically reset the way the car drives. So that's pretty cool. Also, you guys can see right here, you can restore the quick adjust to the settings you had before, which is pretty cool. Alrighty guys, that is the video on the Diablo T1000 tuner right here. If you guys want to purchase this, I'll leave a link down below. Not sponsored. I never have this plugged in really at all. You guys probably would tell if I did, just because I'd probably forget to unplug it and it'll kill my battery again, and that was very annoying. But for a can tune, guys, this is not bad. But I heard that HP tuners is a lot better because you can do custom tunes. This is my first muscle car, guys, and this car's already tuned, so I didn't have to play with any of the settings. But all I basically did was modify the shift firmness and to reset the TCM adaptation for the driving learning thing. So basically, this thing's pretty cool. There's a ton of features on it. Would I recommend buying it? It's kind of like in the middle. There's a lot of other options you can get. This one looks kind of outdated. The one that Dom has, though, looks pretty good. So if you guys want to get a tuner, probably get that one. The T2, the Predator, whatever it's called. So anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. Hopefully this helped for you guys wanting to know what the T1000 Diablo tuner does. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a comment down below. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe, make sure to turn your notifications on, share this video with your friends. And without further ado, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, guys.